Hey everybody, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover. We've got an unboxing. I know it's been a while since we've had one because I haven't been buying any yarn lately, but you guys know I like those subscriptions. And I saw the Mary Maxim, and I do like the Mary Maxim subscriptions, so I thought I would go on there and give this a try. They have a yarn subscription for sock yarn. And I thought it would be a fun way to try some different kinds of sock yarn that maybe I don't have available on a regular basis. So I signed up for it. It's not expensive, and I wanted to give it a try. It is a quarterly yarn subscription. It's considered a knit quarterly sock club is what they call it, knit quarterly sock club. It was $12.99 plus shipping. So when everything was said and done, it came to $17.98. Okay, so quarterly, so 4 times a year, less than 20 bucks. Let's see what we got. I got my first order, my first little bag. Came pretty quick, but you know, their stuff usually does. Depends on, I think it really depends on what part of the country you're in, because I do know in the past when I was in the subscriptions that everybody else seemed to have got their stuff way before mine came. So I have broken a seal, so you guys don't have to listen to that. I see the little bag. We do love the little bags. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. So first off, we've got the cool little bag. Yay, yay. And I was expecting a hank of yarn, but that's okay. I know not all sock yarns come in a hank. And we do have 3 skeins of yarn, so that's good. And we've got the pattern as always, and this is a toe-up lace sock. It's very pretty pattern. I like that. This looks like it's beyond my abilities, but I'll get there, you know. It has a lot of cable work, and I'm going to be learning cables very soon. So we'll see. It's pretty. It's very pretty. All right, let's take a look at this yarn. It says sizes extra small, small, medium, and large. And it has information for all different sizes. And it says you need 3 balls of this yarn. Yay, 3 balls. Okay. This is called Premier Wool Select Jacquard. I think I'm saying that right. Jacquard sock. Easy Care Wool Blend. 218 yards, 200 meters, 1.76 ounces, 50 grams. 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. Now I'm not entirely sure what polyamide is. I do know that if you're making socks with wool, you typically want some nylon in it to give it some strength. I'm gonna have to look up what polyamide is and see if that equates to nylon. This is the color called Stormy, and it looks pretty. Let's open it up and see what it feels like. It's a little rough. Not as soft as the superwash wools that I have been using for socks, but it's not terrible. I have felt much worse, for sure. It's a super fine number 1, and it says to use a size, boy, it's getting harder to see these things, 3.75 millimeter crochet hook and a 2.75 millimeter knitting needle. That's a US 2 knitting needle. And I have been seeing the knitting sock patterns tend to use a 1 or a 2, so that doesn't surprise me. Okay, Easy Care. Let's see here. Machine wash, lay cold, lay flat, dry. And that's about what you would expect from a superwash wool. So the polyamide, I just don't know about that polyamide. I gotta check that out. Okay, so I'm gonna pause and see what we can find out about the costing of this yarn. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Well, I did find out some interesting things. The first thing I found out is polyamide is actually nylon. So that is good to know because I have seen polyamide on yarn before and I was never really sure about it. So I'm glad I did that research. So this is superwash wool and polyamide, which is nylon. So it's perfectly fine to use to make socks because I have seen yarn sold before actually called sock yarn that did not have nylon in it. And as you know, with wool, you're going to want that nylon to give it the extra strength. Otherwise, it's going to wear through pretty quickly. And I do know that people do make socks without the nylon in it, without the wool in it. And it is perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. I've heard from multiple sources that you want to do that. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that, okay? Now, the other thing that I found out about this is it appears to be discontinued, which is not unusual for Mary Maxim's subscriptions. However, I can't find it anywhere for sale. I mean, nowhere. Okay, eBay and places like that. And I do know that often when something has been discontinued and you find it on those places, they're going to be marked up somewhat, you know, supply and demand, that's how that works. So I was a little bit surprised that you couldn't find it out because often you can find a color, just not this color. So be that as it may. What I did find was the original price for this yarn was $2.99 a skein, at least the places that I looked. So that means this is about 10 bucks worth of yarn at best. So we've got yarn, we've got a pattern. If you go to the websites, there are free patterns to use with this sock yarn. I did not look at it. In fact, I'll bet you it's this pattern that is on the label. I didn't look closely, but there you go. That's kind of a cool looking pattern. It's one of those automatic, in fact, yeah, that's what it is. It's going to be one of those automatic color changing kind of things, which I love in a pattern. But this appears to have way more color changingness in it than this sock does. So I'm not sure how that all works out. I don't know. I don't know enough about knitting socks to know how that works. But I'll bet you that this is the pattern that is available free on those websites. So $18. Originally this yarn ran in the $3 range. I don't know what, if you wanted to go on eBay or Amazon and pay more for it now. You do get the adorable little bag. I love the little bags. I love the little bags. I put everything in my little bag. Okay, so this is the first one. We're gonna give it a go. This was probably March. Well, let's see here. No, yeah, this is February. That's how you can tell, in case you ever wondered. You can read these. So that's 2/24. 2 of 24. No, that is incorrect. This is 12. This is 12 of 24. So this is last December's package. That's why I got it so fast. 12. I might be getting another one here in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. So this is probably the tail end of the last group on the subscription. This is interesting. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. Yeah, this is definitely December's mailer for the sock. The quarterly sock subscription. That is interesting. And that could very well be why it was a discontinued yarn that is now completely sold out. That makes more sense now. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see when we get the next one, what it's like and how I feel about it all. Okay, tell me what you guys think. I do know that in the end, I quit doing the other subscriptions because it ended up being that I was getting yarn that it was things that I just wasn't going to use, and the value was getting to be less and less in the boxes. But I was excited about this and I wanted to give it a try. So we will give it a fair shake and see what we think. Tell me what you guys think. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.